So, I bought the wrong f***ing disc. It is entirely my fault and I made a mistake. I wanted to obtain a very specific Japanese GameCube demo disc that included an official Game Boy Advance software emulator and show it to you because, well, that's pretty fucking cool. So that's gonna be a future video. But I ended up buying the wrong one instead because watashi wa nihongo ga amari anaseinai node, computer ga onyaku shita kuremashita. But, well, this mistake actually led me to discover something even more interesting inside this wrong disc that I bought. The remnants of a secret, unreleased GameCube internet browser. So I went on Google and tried to find out exactly how much I had f***ed up, and it turns out I f***ed up a lot because this disc has no Game Boy Advance emulator in it. The disc I got was bundled in with Ronchu and Pokemon Box, and I mixed them up because, yeah, it doesn't run on my PAL GameCube because region locking, but fortunately, you can use the ST Media Launcher to play games from any region on your GameCube, and also the piracy. After finally booting the disc, I realized the only playable game on it is just this demo of Beautiful Joe, and there are also some game trailers in okay quality. And the star of the show, you can access the entire 2003 GameCube catalog on this disc. Like, it's an actual catalog. Pretty underwhelming. But wait a second, is that a Windows-styled cursor? And why does this whole catalog feel laggy, janky, and just straight out of a 2000s website, really? Well, after professionally extracting the content of the disc on my computer, I discovered the entire disc is just a series of HTML pages loaded through something. And I mean, this is not anything new by Nintendo. The Wii settings, for example, were just running off a bare-bones version of Opera browser, and some people actually discovered this when their Wii memory got corrupted and showed this, which would have f***ing scared me as a kid. So the question is, what the f*** is running HTML pages on my GameCube, and how is this working? After doing some research, I stumbled upon a post by a user named ConnorRentz on DeviantArt, which found out about this a few years ago. He discovered that a lot of GameCube demo discs are running this technology, and it is mostly found in those discs including catalogs and trailers. All of this will be normally interesting but unremarkable because Nintendo might have made an HTML displayer just to avoid wasting programmer resources on developing a program to display the upcoming 2003 games. But, well, there are a lot of secret files in this disc, and I mean a lot. There is even a fucking photo of Hamtaro for some reason. Going through the disc's contents, we can find a full unused Japanese keyboard, browser controls, a map to control what time zone you're in my case, I live in the Casio zone, this is stupid, and even some HTML files referencing directly an ISP login and an email login. So what is going on here? The GameCube never had any browser released for it, so this is just strange. There was a broadband adapter add-on for the console, but it was only used by games like PSO. No internet browser was ever released for this add-on, there wasn't anything like that. So where does all of this come from? After digging some more, I actually found an image that explained everything. But first, we need to go back to 1999. This is SegaNet, one of the very first widespread online gaming services ever released, and it was launched on September 11, 2000, exclusively on Dreamcast. But why am I talking about the Dreamcast if this is a GameCube video? Well, the Dreamcast launched in North America with a built-in modem that, thanks to SegaNet, could be used to play games online or using the official browser disk to browse the web. And when we look at that browser disk, yes, it's the same logo. What's going on here? Well, SegaNet was a failure because the Dreamcast was a failure. We still love you, buddy, don't worry, I don't care if you didn't sell a lot. So Planet Web, the company responsible for developing the Dreamcast browser and the Saturn browser, which apparently is a thing, was looking for new partners. They ended up collaborating with Sony and Ergosoft Ltd, and in 2002 they released the Japanese exclusive PlayStation 2 EG browser. And if we take a look at some footage of it on YouTube, because I'm not made out of money and I've already bought the demo disc and I'm a broke student, okay? These are the same assets I found in the demo disc, so what's going on here? My personal theory is that Nintendo signed some kind of deal with Planet Web to develop a GameCube web browser to be used with the broadband adapter, but since the adapter was a failure, and I mean these were the only games that supported it, it was a failure. We still love you, buddy, just like the Dreamcast. The web browser was never released. So my theory is that since they already had the code for this unused browser, they decided to repurpose it into an easier way to make this catalog disc, since making an HTML page is way faster than having someone program a catalog from scratch. Hey dude, can we work on Super Mario 128? I'm sorry, but Mr. Iwata wants this Nintendo 2004 catalog by today. But hey, this is just a theory, a GameCube browser theory, but still what is confirmed and verifiable by anyone, including you watching this video if you extract the files from these demo discs, is that they are based off this GameCube version of EG browser that was never released. And maybe some talented hacker could actually restore the browser to a working condition. Not me, because my programming skills are basically Python Hello World level. But maybe someone here can actually reverse engineer this and turn it into a working web browser. Who knows? But hey, I managed to replace one of the images on the disk with a picture of with Mario, so that counts as hacking too, right? Right?